Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Heading into another holiday weekend, and local COVID cases are spiking. 4 counties are now listed as high rates of transmission, and in one city, an event to get at-home tests in the hands of more people. And we join a state trooper, a trooper who's won awards for his work getting impaired drivers off the road, to see how state police will be spending their holiday weekend, keeping our roads safe. And classmates remember their friend killed in a West Hartford car crash Christmas morning by taking their memorial to the soccer field. We'll show you how the team's raising money for the family. Thanks for joining us here on the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Sarah Sanchez. Well, our top story tonight is growing concerns over the spread of COVID-19. The CDC now lists 4 Connecticut counties in the category of high community transmission. Fairfield, Litchfield, Middlesex, and New Haven counties all fall under that category. Fox 61's Gabby Molina has more from New Haven on how health officials are trying to get ahead of more community spread this holiday weekend.
New Haven is one of the areas now considered to have a high transmission of COVID-19. The city will be handing out 10,000 free test kits here at the Fire Training Academy with the hopes of giving people access to tests ahead of what could be a post-holiday surge. Connecticut will be going into 2023 with a rise in COVID-19 cases.
We're seeing exactly what was to be expected. We knew that once that the weather started getting colder, that we would start to see a rise in numbers.
This week, the state reported a test positivity rate at a rolling average of 15.56%, compared to about 13% the previous week and about 11% the week before that. And the CDC considers half of the state to be under what's considered high community transmission. The 4 other counties are in the medium category.
I do expect that to happen because I see a lot of people do take it lightly.
New Haven is among the communities seeing a high level of community spread, so officials are taking action. Saturday, the city will be handing out free test kits to residents
to hopefully prevent the spread of any COVID for those individuals who are coming back into the workplace or even back to school.
Testing is one of the recommendations given by the CDC for people in communities in the high level, as well as staying up to date on COVID vaccines and wearing a mask indoors.
I think that I'll probably be thinking about a lot, definitely, because I've had COVID before. I had it a couple months ago and it sucked. So I definitely will probably be going more masks.
Experts say in addition to looking at the positivity rate, they also look at the number of hospitalizations and how many of the people hospitalized need ICU care or ventilators.
All those numbers are up, but we should say that in comparison to the previous years, we're not quite what we're seeing in the other years.
Still, officials urge people to take the necessary precautions, especially after the holidays.
Hopefully everybody has a safe and healthy New Year. That's our goal.
The test will be available to New Haven residents only, and the distribution will be happening from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Saturday. In New Haven, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
Well, new tonight, new details after a fire inside a building in East Windsor. Crews were called to the building on Shoham Road and were able to knock down the flames pretty quickly. It's unclear what caused that fire. Firefighters from Enfield and Windsor Locks were called in to help battle it. Crews from Ellington were also called in to cover East Windsor for mutual aid. Check up your forecast after what was just a shockingly beautiful day out there. I know we all kept checking in with you, Ryan, and go, are you sure we broke a record? It feels like it. Did we, Ryan? Didn't we?
We sure did. And we didn't just break it, Sarah. We smashed it by 5 degrees in the Hartford area. That's where the records are kept at Bradley Airport and Windsor Locks. 64, the high temperature there today, breaking the old record of 59. We were 64 in Danbury. Willington got to 63, and even Avon, a high temperature of 61 today. Now, our next system is on the map. It is not like last week's storm. Instead, it's just a front to our west, but out ahead of it, the warm air is coming up from the south, so it's going to remain mild for quite a while, actually, even after this front goes by. Right now, it's 45 in Hartford, 37 in Meriden, down to 35 degrees in New Haven. Big range in temperature in places where the wind has gone calm. That's where the coldest numbers are right now. Tomorrow morning, there won't be much rain. There might be some patchy fog early on, but notice when most of the rain is going to come through. Yeah, probably when you have your New Year's Eve plans tomorrow night. So this is a pretty quick preview of it. You can see the rain going on by. We'll break that timeline down a little bit more clearly for you coming up. But plan on showers tomorrow afternoon and evening. Then behind this front, it will be clearing out on Sunday, but it will be breezy in the afternoon with a gusty northwest wind. We'll time out the rain, talk about how much will fall, and look ahead to next week. All coming up. Sarah?
Thank you, Ryan. Breaking news tonight, a legendary trailblazer in the media world, Barbara Walters, has passed away. ABC announced the death of the network's longtime anchor and correspondent. Walters joined ABC News in 1976 and shattered the glass ceiling, becoming a dominant force in the journalism world for her 5-decade career. She won 12 Emmy Awards in her storied tenure in TV news and became the first female co-anchor of an evening news program in 1976 when she joined ABC's Evening News. Barbara Walters was 93 years old. New Year's Eve can be one of the most dangerous times to be out on the roads, but Connecticut State Police will be out in full force working to keep our roads safe. Fox 61's New Haven County Bureau reporter Julia LeBlanc rode along with a trooper to get a first-hand look of what they're prepping for.
I'm a midnight trooper. That's my primary patrol shift.
Trooper Joshua Durant has been patrolling and protecting Connecticut roadways for 5 years.
Come in.
He's taking us along for the ride, and it's already a busy start to the holiday weekend. When he's not responding to crashes or pulling debris off the highway, Trooper Durant has a special passion for raising awareness about driving while under the influence.
I was hit by a drunk driver 2 years ago, and I was injured. It was right in the height of COVID. I ended up tearing my rotator cuff and only just had surgery for it.
Now he's back on the road and keeping his eyes and ears wide open.
And you see the violations, you see the erratic operation of the vehicle, and that's the vehicle that you want to stop because you potentially save somebody's life that night.
But police can't be everywhere all at once. It's up to drivers to make the right decision and get a ride home. Even if you've had 1 or 2 drinks, Durant says it's still not safe to drive.
You're still under the influence of alcohol, and that's unacceptable. With all the ride, lift, share apps that you can get, friends that you can call, family members, it's unacceptable to be out drinking and driving nowadays.
And if you happen to run into a dangerous driver on the road, Trooper Durant says fall back and let police protect you.
Call 911. Stay away from the vehicle. If you can get a plate for us, that's great, so we can try and get behind it.
One more thing Trooper Durant wanted to note is that if you happen to get into a crash on one of our highways, he says pull all the way over to the right side if you can. Stay in the car, keep that seatbelt on, and do not get out of the car. Once you can, call police. Now, once again, they'll be all over the state keeping us safe this weekend. We are here in Bethany. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61 News.
A community comes together today to honor the life and legacy of 17-year-old Raheem Nelson and his mother, Faye Dawson Judkins. Now, both were killed Christmas morning in a West Hartford car crash. Raheem was a junior at Canton High School, a member of the soccer team. His teammates wanted to do something to remember their friend, so they organized this soccer match.
The original idea was to just have people come together and just shoot around, but the idea of a soccer match just made it more perfect because when you're on a team, you feel like a family, you feel united.
Raheem, we gave him the name Dream, and to me this is a dream, a perfect day.
It was a perfect day, perfect weather for this soccer match. All money raised from the events going towards travel and funeral costs for the family. A third passenger, Novelette Bailey, was also killed in that crash. Tonight, a message from North Haven Public Schools due to funeral services for North Haven firefighter Matthias Wirtz. All North Haven Public Schools will be closed on Monday and Tuesday. North Haven schools reopen on Wednesday, January 4th. There are times here for the services. Take a look. Calling hours will be at the North Haven Funeral Home on Monday from 3 to 7. His funeral will be at St. Barnabas Church on Washington Avenue Tuesday at 11 a.m. A car on I-84 East goes off the highway and lands on top of a parked car. Check out this crazy photo. This is a photo of the scene. Police say Tisha Rodney Newman was driving on I-84 when her car veered into the right shoulder and struck the exit 17 sign. Her car then went through a fence and eventually landed on top of a car parked on Straits Turnpike. She was taken to the hospital with minor injuries, and thankfully no one was in that parked car. Former President Trump's tax returns are finally released after years of legal back and forth. The House Ways and Means Committee released the thousands of pages of returns from years 2015 through 2020. Now, as a candidate and then as president, Trump declined to release the filings because he claimed they were under audit. Those filings show in the last 6 years he paid $750 in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017, and then nothing in 2020. He reported losses in the millions.
The self-described clever genius who brags of his wealth almost daily, and he did not pay the taxes that the most modest wage earner in this country would pay.
The former president responded in a statement saying the filings show he knows how to use the tax code and, quote, the great USA divide will now grow far worse. The radical left Democrats have weaponized everything, but remember, that's a dangerous two-way street, end quote.